mean, I guess it all started really way back when as a kid. A lot of guys that I know start on skateboards and BMXs, and then you go move on into motocross and stuff like that. And that evolved into basically having to fix the bike to get out and race. That kind of sparks the interest of making things and putting things together. So I was in school, I was fixing stuff and making parts for my bikes and my cars, and with the help of my teacher, Richard Hemler was a legend really himself. Wouldn't be here without him actually. So and that led from the machining to welding and fabrication, and that started my career really. All of my jobs have started revolved around fabrication, and the opportunity sort of came to me where I could position myself within the motorsports industry. So then I moved on to making chassis and suspensions, roll cages, at a motorsports shop in England. And then, from there, then we went on to the coach building shop. So that was kind of like a natural progression, really. Just stepping up the game, moving from place to place, and chasing the dream, and trying to, further the career, I guess. One of my first metal shaping projects actually was the Maserati 300S, which was quite a big project, pretty steep undertaking, especially when I didn't have a whole lot of experience with shaping at the time. So at the time I'd never done a full build, so it was slightly daunting, but that was quite a memorable build to date. I enjoyed building it. It had its challenges, but at the same time, the actual workmanship of putting a body together like that was really enjoyable experience. It's the craft behind making a car like that is that's kind of what I strive for.
I was found here. You come around here. I'm gonna take now.
The hot rod, that thing. As much as I love it, it's a love-hate relationship. Of course, every teenage boy's dreams of hot rod. Let's go get some old heap of junk and try to build something. So I went and got it. Actually, at the time I was out in college in Wyoming, and my buddy Romney actually spotted it for me in Colorado. So me and another buddy Ted hopped in the truck, went and picked it up. It was a fun experience, a steep learning curve. Since then, it's traveled the world with me, and it hasn't turned a single wheel. That's just the way it goes sometimes, but it's still here with me. A little piece of my childhood left, so I'm trying to hopefully finish it one day. Hammer Studios, that was actually I was at the workshop where I built the 300S. It started with an old guy working there, Jeff. He was the master. He taught me a whole hell of a lot, and he couldn't hear a whole lot apart from my hammering in the workshop. It was always all about the hammers, and he decided to nickname my part of the workshop Hammer Studios, which also referred to the old film company. It was quite funny, but he thought it was very suitable to me as I was the noisy bastard in the workshop. So Jeff is the one that sold me the English wheel, the Ronala, as well as a couple of other small tools. That's my prized possession, which everybody keeps trying to buy off me, but I'm holding on to that for dear life. My old mentor is an English wheel, so it's irreplaceable as it is, really, especially since it's got so much sentimental value to me, coming from Jeff himself. So another thing Jeff said was, since I travel so much, you should learn to travel lightly, but instead I kept buying more heavy stuff. So it is a bit of a pain, unfortunately, but it's such they're my prized possessions, so I try to hold on to it as much as I can, really. A lot of people will look at, let's say this bike for instance, and they'll think, oh great, it looks all shiny and everything, and there's some cool details on it here, there, and everywhere. But being the one that actually built the machine itself, you know all the flaws, and whereas maybe a lot of people looking at the bike they'll say, oh yeah, that's cool and that's great, and they pick out all the good stuff. Being the builder, you're only picking out the bad stuff, the parts that you missed, or the parts that didn't turn out quite the way you wanted to. And that's the most frustrating thing about it. It's really difficult to actually stand back, look at the creation, and really appreciate it without picking out all the flaws. The future. Who knows? The future of work, the future of bikes, the future of, I don't know. Yeah, we're talking about going back to the States possibly. We'll see how it goes.